This video is going to help you to really understand whole numbers. I'm going to go over a couple of basics, and these things are going to really help you to understand what we're doing with these numbers when we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing them. So let's get into it. We use whole numbers when we're counting. So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up into infinity. They don't end. Now, numbers, these whole numbers are made up of digits. And those digits, the placement of these digits tells you what the value of those numbers are. So if that seems a little confusing, follow me to the next slide where I'm going to go over a couple of examples with you. Here I have three numbers, 26, 289, and 12. And with each of these numbers, we're going to go over how many digits are a part of the number and what the value of 2 is in every single one of these numbers. So in my first number, 26, here you're going to see there are 2 digits, and those 2 digits are 2 and 6. Now, in this number, the 2 is in the tens place. So the value of 2 is actually going to be 20. And again, that's because the 2 is in the tens place if we think about place value. The second number, 289, in this number, there are 3 digits. Those 3 digits are 2, 8, and 9. The value of 2 in this number is 200, and that's because, again, the 2 is located in the hundredths place. Finally, in this last number, we have 2 digits again, and this time, our 2 is located in the ones place, so the value of the 2 in this number is just 2. Now, why is this important? Why is knowing how many digits, the value of 2, why is that important when we're doing operations? Well, let's take a look at expanded form. When we have the number 26, we can actually break it down a little bit further. 26 is actually the same as saying 20 plus 6, because the 2 is in the tens place and the 6 is in the ones place. 289 is the same thing as saying 200 plus 80 plus 9. 12 is the same thing as saying 10 plus 2. This is important when we're adding, for example, because let's say we wanted to add 12 plus, let's say, 19. Now, when I'm adding 12 plus 19, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 plus 9. 2 plus 9 gives me 11. But as you're going to learn in my next video, if you need to review adding whole numbers, is you can't write 11 underneath that column. You can only write one number. So we have to put the other number somewhere. So what I do is I think of, what does 11 mean? Well, 11 is the same thing as saying 10 plus 1. And 1 is 1 digit, so I'm going to put the 1 there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this 10, but I'm not going to write a 10, I'm just going to write a 1. And now when I'm looking at adding the second set of numbers, I'm adding 10 plus 10 plus 10, which gives me 30. But I don't need to write 30 because it's already going to be in the tens place, so I really just need to write 3. So I'm going to expand that out just a little more so you can see what I mean. 12 plus 19 is the same thing as saying 10 plus 2, because 10 plus 2 is 12, plus 10 plus 9. And when I am adding these, if you take a look, here I have that 2 and 9, which are the same 2 and 9 that were over here, which gives me 11, and I will just write the 11. And then I'm also adding 10 plus 10, which is the same as what I did over here because they were in the tens place, which gives me a 20. And now if you notice, I'm adding the number that I carried. So 20 plus 11, which gives me 31. So really understanding what these numbers are and what they look like and what they mean, it does really help you to understand how to perform operations with them, how to add them, how to subtract them, so that you don't just memorize the process, but you actually understand what it is that you're doing. So if you're still a little confused, I would recommend watching this video one more time, or maybe searching for another video that helps you to understand whole numbers and whole number operations, and then go ahead and get into how you actually perform the operations, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing on these numbers.